This video is turning into a Friday 5 update instead of a tie rod steering rods change. Hi, I'm Simon and this is my discovery, and today I'm going to change the steering rods. And I thought today would be a good day to do it because of the beautiful weather and because my garage is already filled up with another Land Rover on another project. If you haven't seen it, there's a playlist on my channel where I restore this 1968 Series 2A. But today we are working on the Discovery. I have had this Discovery, I think my wife has been here. So I have had this Discovery for 11.5 years. I already changed the steering arms or the steering rods 2 times before. And I released the video 3 years ago, but I think it's 4 years since I changed them last. The first set lasted for 7 years and the second set lasted for 4 years. And I think it's off-road and the big tires that is the cause of that. So the first thing you want to do is to put the car into build mode. You can do that with a OBD reader. If you don't have that, you can pull the fuse 34, I believe. I will put it on the screen, the correct fuse. That's for the air compression, air suspension system. Yeah. So I'm just going to do that and jack up the car and then talk to you afterwards. If you don't have an OBD reader, I really recommend getting the iiDTOOL with the Bluetooth. Then you can use your phone. I have had this for 5-6 years now and really happy. And yeah, definitely a good insurance to have with you if you're going to work on your car yourself, and also if you're going on trip, you can do resets of faults. Yeah, really recommend that. I will put an eBay affiliate link down in the description if you want to check it out. So super easy to use, service test and REM suspension, and then you go into build mode. Yes, and it's done. And the suspension now will not move if you jack it up. Another thing I should mention is that I'm also rotating the tires. So I put the spare on the left rear, and the left rear is here going on the right front, and the right front is going over, crossing to the left front wheel, and the left front is going to the right rear. And I think that's the best way of doing it, and figure out that that works for me, preventing this what's it called, the high and lows on the tires on the lugs. So yeah, good time to change as we are driving 1,000 kilometers up north in next weekend, I think. Yeah. So this is what we're going to change out. It's basically just one nut out here, and then you have to screw it off on the inner ball joint. And the inner ball joint is failing. It's get some slack in it, and then yeah, that's when you can hear the knock from. Pretty basic. I need to remove this, I think, and this is new from last time, so I'm not sure I need to take this off. I maybe need to do that to get access. Hadn't planned that. Pro speed bash plate. Holding up well. Okay, so before you start removing anything, go and check your parts. So this is the right hand side. I know this because this is thicker, so if you don't know, check your VIN number. It's going to be different. The left hand side is thinner and this is thicker. On special, mine is the 2008, so I don't know where the change is in the VIN numbers, but check it and send your VIN number to the parts supplier and they will know. So you get the main rod, And if you don't know, this is the part that fails. The inner ball joint gets slackened and then you get the movement and the sound. I have never had the outer ball joint fail, always the inner, and this is the third time I'm going to change it out. So you get the main rod, the tie rod end with a new nut, always change the nuts. And you get a nut for a locking nut to lock the tie rod onto the rod itself. Some silicone grease, so you can put on the inner ball joint and also seal up the rubber protection here, and you get mountings for that. And last, you get a rubber seal that's going to be on the inside or on the outside on the steering rack itself, and you need to replace that as well because rubber goes bad after a while. But yeah, check it out, the parts that you got the correct one. So the most important thing for the 2008 year is to notice that there is a change, that this is thicker than that one. Okay, now we can go and change it out. I don't think it's the steering rods, I think it's the steering rack. Okay, so I thought it was the steering rod's inner ball joint here that was the problem, but I think if you can see that, let's see, focus, if you can watch the rod coming out of the steering rack, it's moving up and down. Yeah. Not good. Bit of a problem. I need to do some research about the steering rack. I know people have changed it out, seen on the forums. I haven't seen a video yet, but I've seen people noticing the steering racks, and I'm not really sure you can get a hold of new original ones, so I'm gonna check that. Because I also read that some have changed out the racks for third party that didn't hold up. Maybe you can get this reconditioned. But I need a new steering rack, and I'm not going to change out the steering rods because they look good or good enough. No, I cannot see any slack in the inner ball joint, so I'm just going to leave it for now, continue rotating the tires, and then do some research, and then we will see. Always something in this Land Rover life. But yeah, it's not going to fail on me, the steering rack, I'm pretty sure, so it's going to be good for the trip that we are doing, but definitely need to either order a new one or see if I can get this one reconditioned. So yeah. Okay, putting everything back together, and then we can do an update in the garage about anything, the parts. I was supposed to show you the parts that I ordered in the last video for the series, but I'm gonna show you more now. So yeah, this video is turning into a Friday 5 update instead of a tie rod, steering rods change. Now just change the wheels, I'm done. Okay, to disengage build mode is just do the same thing, but you have to do it twice. I don't know why, but you have to do it twice. And when you push that, it turns off the build mode, and yeah, you're ready to reset the suspension. So after jacking it up, I always drive, and then I raise the air suspension to the max, off-road, then I roll back, also lowering it again so the wheels can center. Don't leave it hanging. And always remember to pull out the iiDTOOL or you will be out of power in some hours. Car is back on the ground. Just need to do one more thing. Let's see. Nice, so much better. Don't mind the scratch mark from the spare wheel holder. And yeah, always remember to torque up and do it right away. It's easy to forget. And after 5 kilometers, do it again. After yesterday's failure, I have been spending some time doing some research and looking into the problem of a broken or bad steering rack. And then I looked at some forum posts, and also people are saying that it could be this lower steering column, but I think it's a combination. I haven't changed the lower steering column yet. I don't know if it's ever been done since it was new. So I'm thinking the first thing I'm going to do is to order a new lower end of the steering column and then see how much that improves the movement or the slack in the steering. If that doesn't help, then we can go on to look into the steering rack. The steering rack, new one from the UK is, or not new, newly reconditioned, is pretty expensive from the places that I usually buy from. So I think the right thing to do is to take mine off the car, send it to UK to someone who rebuilds them, and then send it back. That will be the cheapest option. Another option is to buy a second-hand one here in Norway and then send that, and then when that comes back I can change it out. Because in Norway we have left-hand drive, and usually the people doing the reconditions only have right-hand drive in stock. So yeah, so that's an update on the failure on the Discovery. Now we can go into the garage and we can look at the parts that I ordered that I didn't show you last time. In the previous video on YouTube that I released, I fixed the carburetor and the fuel pump. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. I think it only had 1,200 views, so a lot of you haven't seen that yet, so go check it out. For that I ordered new parts for the fuel pump, and I fixed the carburetor with some new and old parts. So they are all fixed, but go check it out and I will show you that. So I ordered another kit for the fuel pump, so if you need a kit for the fuel pump, let me know. It's the old style, the earlier style AC Delco fuel pump. Also in that package I got some new ignition key switches for that. For the ignition now. I got a comment asking if I have fixed the old one which is in the car. I haven't tried that yet, but I'm going to try that. I'm going to take it apart, see if I can fix it, but I have ordered a new one that I can use if I cannot fix the old one. And also order two, so if someone needs a new switch, let me know. And I think this is going to be the most interesting package. Let's open this up. Let's see here. Ooh. Synchrometer. If you have carburetors for your Range Rover Classic V8, this is the way to synchronize the left and right side. So this is a handy tool if you need to do that. I bought one. I know Eric wants one, so I'm going to send him one, and I bought more. One for Eric, one for me for a later project, I hope, and one for you if you need one. SU Carburetor Workshop Manual. So if you don't know, I now import SU parts and also Zenith parts. So fuel system kits for the carburetors, more books on the carburetors from SU, Zenith carburetor. Oh, love this stuff. So this is going to be some really interesting reading for the nerds. I think I'm going down the rabbit hole on the Land Rovers and old classic Land Rovers like the series and the classic Range Rover. I love it. New parts, new pump for the Zenith, and new input which I'm missing, which is, yeah, I have forgotten about that. There's a pipe supposed to be here that I'm missing on this, and I got it now, so that's also gonna fix. More parts. So Series 3 Land Rover kit. Service kit. Land Rover kit. So these are all service kit for the Zenith 36-4. Service kits for this. And let's see, there should be more tool for the SU carburetor and floats, new floats, because my old ones was really bad. And I think that's it. Yeah. So as I said, if you're in Norway or Scandinavia, please let me know. I have parts for Zenith and SU, and I could probably help with some more on all classics. But let me know and I will contact my supplier. And yeah, my wife is calling. Okay, so done with the first box. Let's open the second one, and as you can see, ordering from Famous 4, great service, and you can order from them. Basically, you can put all the parts that you think you need, and then you can send it in and get a quotation. When you send it in, you can put in your VIN number and information and questions you have. So usually I just put the VIN number in and I say, please check that this is correct for my car and the VIN. And as you saw for the steering rods, that's one thing that's important when you order parts, that you get the correct ones, because there's a change in somewhere in the range of discovery where it goes from thicker to thinner or thinner to thicker. I don't remember that, but yeah, so that's why I use them. I can order, they will check the order, then give me a quotation back before I pay. So it's a really nice way of doing it, because then you know you're going to get the right parts. Brake hose, oil filter, and the cool thing about this oil filter is screw. And because I ordered screw-on adapter, which is really cool. I really wanted that. This is luxury. Top for the top lid on the engine, the rubber, clutch slave cylinder. This is a clutch slave cylinder. What is this? Ah, this is the master clutch. So master clutch, slave cylinder clutch, master brake cylinder. Switch, oil pressure. Let's see, that's for the kit. And this is the main part. Lower steering column. So from what I read, it's the lower part here which wear out, and that's why you get the slack. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see when we put this on the car if where the slack is, and I think it's somewhere around this. Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be a later job. Okay, so that's most of the parts. Disco series, as you see, as I said in the last video, I wanted to start the series in the next video, but I think I need to test the brake system and the clutch system first before we try and start up the car. It was just something that in my head thinking, probably should know if I can disengage the clutch, and I probably should be able to stop if it starts to drive away. So yeah, that's my idea. So the next thing on the series is going to be me checking out the brake system. So I haven't checked the brake system, but since I was ordering parts for Discovery, I figured I'm going to order parts for the brake system and the clutch system just in case. If it works, I can always sell the parts on. So yeah, but I didn't want to be in the situation where I started fixing it or started testing it and it didn't work. And I'm thinking the slave cylinder on the clutch is definitely going to be sealed or seized. Yeah, that's why I think I had all the parts, but I have forgotten to order one thing. And before I go to that, I just want to say that this is not cheap, but I'm thinking in the end, when I'm going to do a lot of oil changes, I think this is going to be worth it. Also the new brake parts, slave, master and master brake. I think it's a good choice to just buy them and have them, because then I can get this going and we can finally get to the part where I start up the car. As I said, a lot of series parts. I also sell parts if you want to buy something. As I said, the carburetor parts, I'm now importer. It's not that I try to start a business just to start a business. It's more about starting a business in the field that I like, what I like doing. So being a super Land Rover nerd, all classic cars, I felt it was natural, and not trying to just push parts. I'm just letting you know that I have the availability, and if you need something, then yeah, you can contact me if you're in Norway or Scandinavia. The one thing that I forgot to order is alternator and the alternator kit, which is also not cheap. So the bracket is going to be new old stock, and new old stock means very expensive. I have ordered that. It's not sent yet, but it's coming, and that's also a thing I wanted to have in place when starting up, because I want water pump to be active. So I don't want to start the car without the water pump running. I don't know if you can do it, so yeah, let me know in the comment if I need to have the water pump going or not. But yeah, definitely need to put water in it. I don't want it to overheat and then something cracks. Yeah, so that's the status where I'm at really. I have the parts to go on. I can start, I think we're gonna start next week, putting stuff on the series, getting it to the point where we can start starting it up, but checking the clutch and checking the brakes, and I think it's easier to do that now when everything is off on that side. So yeah, okay. think that's it. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this update. This was going to be a completely different video, but hopefully later we can fix the issue that we had. And yeah, see the parts, see the series. It's all coming along, but it's taking a longer time than I thought, but that's life. Okay. See you in the next one. Remember to like, subscribe if you haven't, and Patreon if you want to support me or buy some parts. And I think I will try and get a merch store going as well. So if you're interested in something, let me know. It's not cheap getting it made in Norway and sending it out, so I need to find a solution, maybe making it in the UK and then have a shop there and a separate shop in Norway. But yeah, okay, that's it. See you next one.